Okay, we are back on Abbey and taking a look at the, well, AVANT-GARDE starting point up north, and strangely enough deciding to go once again with a piece of artillery.
Yep, that tier 6 lore 15550, actually a tier 6, so...
Well, it's the exact same piece of artillery they went with on set number 1 on airfield, so it didn't serve them quite well. Like in the opening set, we're gonna have to see if they can just manage to do a little more this time around. And when it comes to SEIKABBS, I want to say no surprise at all, the exact same tank lineup.
Yeah, so
one MX-50, one IS-3, 2 T-32s, 1 Tiger, 2 Panzer, and 2 T-1s.
Yep. Yeah, so definitely the AVANT-GARDE team, you know, going for actually, I think this is the same setup as the first set on airfield, and on the opposing team, the SEIKABBS team going for the same setup as all of the sets.
Yeah, and so that tier 3 light Panzer, that's actually really deep south in that gorge pretty much, and all their forces are committed to that western road. Yeah,
so we could see an early firefight here. You know, this ridge is extremely important in controlling this map, because if you control this map, you pretty much have vision of the entire map. So
yeah, and this time around, if AVANT-GARDE plays this well, it actually might play to their advantage, because they do have that piece of artillery providing cover fire down that western road as well. So it might amount to something. Now I'm quite curious as to what SEIKABBS can offer us on this map. Well, I mean, they obviously have those 5 tier 8 heavy tanks. Chances are they're probably going to defend, of course, that western road. And yes, that's what they're doing. But they might as well choose to go for the Abbey or for the village.
Yeah.
You know what? They could afford to do so at this point too, because they're up 2 sets to love. So you know, if they want to take a little more risk, they could do that. But no, it does look like camping once again, coming from the BBS side.
Yeah, and a little bit of artillery fire coming down, just missing that.
And look at that! All those heavy tanks are pretty much gathered towards that western gorge. So once again, SEIKABBS quite content to play the defending position.
Yeah.
Whether they're in the lead or not.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
they know they've got the the extra firepower pretty much. I mean, they know they've got the extra heavy tanks. So I'm like, you know what, guys, why rush it? Yeah. You know, we might as well just sit back and wait for them to crash on us, which they did for 2 sets. So why change the strategy that so far has paid off?
Yeah, definitely. But I feel like the SEIKA team could afford a little bit of more aggressiveness.
Yeah,
here.
they could even send one tank.
Actually, they are sending their tanks now. Just kind of poking their heads up, but they actually took a lot of damage doing that. So they're probably going to be a little bit more hesitant about doing that in the next time. And actually,
well, I mean, it's just because I mean, that western gorge is perfectly well covered by that piece of artillery pretty much. So it's not like they can rush it in. Yeah. If I were them, I would at least try to sneak in at least 1 heavy tank towards the eastern village or towards the Abbey.
Yeah, and 1 T1 actually already got taken out on the SEIKA side. And then actually a T1 battle going on that eastern side as well. And this
you know, he does have the advantage though. That Panzer tier 3 does have the advantage. It's much faster. It's got extra firepower. So possibly, like, yeah, definitely, his job is to take out both scouts. Now on this map, it might prove quite crucial, because Abbey is very different from airfield. You can actually move around, and especially because like SEIKABBS does not have artillery. So basically, if that tier 3 this time around, Panzer can survive, because in the first set he was
he's gonna take out T1 right now.
Yeah, exactly. The T1 is a sitting duck. Goodbye, T1.
Yeah, just taking it 100 to 0, taking no damage.
Exactly. So right now, that that Panzer surviving, both scouts still alive, and you know what? That might give AVANT-GARDE a crucial advantage.
Yeah, and
possibly going like for a sneaky base capture or whatnot. So right now, AVANT-GARDE definitely having the advantage.
Yeah, definitely that Panzer paying off. That tier 3 light tank actually doing a great job.
I thought it was really unfortunate that he got taken out so early on airfield for set number 1. But then again, on airfield, you don't have, even if you do have like the tier 3 Panzer alive, it still doesn't give you a clear advantage, because of the specifics of the map itself. However, on Abbey, it's a different story here. So you know what? If I had to bet my money, I'd go for AVANT-GARDE at this point.
Yeah, definitely AVANT-GARDE showing a little bit more strength in this set.
Yeah, and because on that Western Road too, that is perhaps one of the more direct lines straight down to the main base that you can find in this game throughout all the maps, and where basically artillery fire definitely can prove a big advantage. If all the forces are concentrated down that Western Road, like SEIKABBS have been since the beginning of this third set, it can give you the advantage. Right now, SEIKABBS wisely deciding to retreat.
Yeah, because they do see that one of the AVANT-GARDE scouts near their base, so they realize that if they don't pull out, then they could get flanked here. So
yeah, and go for a sneaky capture as well. So they have no other option but just to go down. And right now, yes, the SEIKABBS team sort of under the gun here. They're forced to retreat, and meanwhile, meanwhile the AVANT-GARDE forces advancing as well, and the T69 doing a wonderful job.
Yeah, finishing off that Tiger 2.
Well, actually, the artillery did finish him off, but that T69 definitely getting, you know, plenty of damage done as well. So right now, yes, SEIKABBS with no other option but just to face their opponents. Yeah. And they're clearly at a disadvantage here. And once again, a brilliant shot from the artillery, definitely paying off here.
Yep.
And that T69 just finishing off the job. So right now, we're down to 3 heavy tanks, and AVANT-GARDE definitely in a leading position here.
Yeah. So
we've got 3 minutes left on the clock, and right now they could just really sit back and relax because they do have a commanding lead here.
Yeah, and it looks like
and going for the base capture as well.
Yeah, it looks like AVANT-GARDE is going to probably take this set because, I mean, AVANT-GARDE is doing so many things at once that...
Yeah, exactly. You know, right now it's just too overwhelming. Like the SEIKABBS team can do nothing. They have to commit 1 heavy tank to defend their base from capture.
Yep.
And it's probably going to pull it off.
They have to defend the push as well. So
exactly, and that tier 3 pretty much doing a good job surviving. It finally gets taken down, but that's not going to be enough.
Yep. Yeah.
That is not going to be enough, and now the AVANT-GARDE tanks, the heavy tanks, really advancing big time on that AMX-50, which is pretty much a sitting duck now.
Yeah. So this is the last tank left on the Seika side,
and boom.